Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Bulldog Show. Always sponsored by Parks Yoga and Deters Law. Top story today has to be what's going on in Congress. They can't get a Speaker of the House chosen because there are 20 Republicans who are holding out against McCarthy. 6 votes, still don't have somebody. But folks, I think it's probably a charade. There's backdoor deals going on. When it's all said and done, what I predict will happen is Kevin McCarthy will be the next Speaker of the House. You get more of a kind word and a loaded gun. It's like negotiation tactics. I do want everybody to know that I am no fan of Kevin McCarthy. I don't trust Kevin McCarthy. At the same time, if he's going to be Speaker, get on with it. What's going on right now looks bad. I want to stress this to all of you who support those 20. I get it. I do. I absolutely get it. But the bottom line is that it's looking really, really bad right now. And it's like Lincoln said in that movie, Lincoln, the actor playing Lincoln, talking to Thaddeus Stevens about the abolition issue. You know, when you want to go due north on a cause, when you do that and you're traveling with your compass, sometimes you have to go this way or that way to cross a river, a ravine, or whatever to get where you're going to. And that's just the reality of it is. Next story is, of course, Joe Biden. And here we have a picture of him shaking Mitch McConnell's hand, his good buddy, coming down here at near the bridge to do a photo op and everything else. And on that stage was Mike DeWine, Andy Beshear, Mitch McConnell, Joe Biden, and Sherrod Brown. And it's just disgusting. This $1.6 billion was part of an infrastructure bill that is outrageous. I mean, it's your typical, they throw trillions around like nothing these days. $1.7 trillion. Who was against this bill? United States Senator from Kentucky, Rand Paul. He wasn't on that stage. And it's just sickening that they spend our dollars, our children's, our grandchildren's, and our great-children's dollars. And what they do is they want to glorify themselves as this is something that they got done. And what's revealed also is how Joe Biden and Mitch McConnell, I say this all the time, folks. What is reported in the news, are you kidding me? Can you imagine the private meetings and the telephone calls that have gone over the decades between Mitch McConnell and Biden and Obama and Nancy Pelosi and so forth and so on? So they want to act like this is some wonderful, wonderful news. No, it's not. And not only that, the bridge should have been funded 20 years ago, 10 years ago, and it would have cost a lot less money as well. Mitch McConnell is giving all of us the middle finger on his last hurrah. That's what's going on. The NFL sucks. You know, I thought about this morning getting ready. We are addicts for the NFL, and they know it. When they did all the kneeling stuff, the pledge, the national anthem, all those things, I really admire all of you that gave up football. I was transparent with you. I said, man, I want to, but I gosh dang like it so much. And not only that, my Cowboys were doing good. The Bengals are doing good. So it's just very difficult. But they know that. They know we're a bunch of addicts. And when you think about their rules, their policies, the way they treat the fans, they know we are suckers. They know we are suckers. However, I think I might be at the end of my rope. And what's going on with the blue lights and everything else and blah, blah, blah. It's sickening. It's sickening. It's almost like they got everybody dancing to their music, and I'm not going to dance to their music. Bottom line is we're suckers and they suck. Latest poll, Trump is up double digits still on Ron DeSantis. See, they got a little boost there after November 2024, but it hasn't moved anymore. Trump's going to be the nominee. There's no question about it. Who says there's a new strain of COVID and it's the most contagious? If it doesn't kill us, who cares if it's contagious? It makes me sick. Harry versus William. Well, the Spares book, quick leak, tries to he takes lots of shots at his brother. Remember how the image that these guys were so close, and everything else? Well, apparently not. Apparently not. And sorry, I'm Team William. I usually go with the rebel and the outlaw, but this guy, he's an empty head. He is a spare. He is a spare. That's the way I see it. Then we have Brian Kohlberg. This is fun. I don't know if you all saw it. They showed the video footage of him getting pulled over by the police, and he's looking back like that. My God, I don't know if you saw it, Josh. He looked just like Buzz Lightyear. I was like, the Buzz Lightyear brand took a hit. Watch the video. The cop's pulling him over, and he's looking back. And it was like, I mean, as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's Buzz Lightyear driving that car. But he's back to Idaho, and I just hope it's death penalty. Death penalty, death penalty, death penalty. Jeremy Renier ran over by his own equipment. I saw some pictures of him. He has a place up in Reno in like 4 feet of snow, so he has his own antiquated snow removal equipment, and somehow, some way, it ran over him. My guess, there was something wrong. He gets out, pops out of gear, and runs over him. Last but not least, guess where Kinsinger's going? You guessed it, CNN. You know, this same story plays out over and over and over again. Now, I want you all to know, coming up next will be the local news, then following that, the world news with Jamie Spinley. But I want you to check out all the special shows I'm doing today. You know, I get inspired to say a lot of things, and I want to share with you some of my thoughts, including that I am not super religious. I am not a conspiracy theorist by name, although I do believe some conspiracies. For the record, I hate Alex Jones. I want to stress that. But I want you to know that I have become convinced, beyond any shadow of a doubt, that we are in this world an epic battle between good and evil. I believe it. And I'll explain why. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, American jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Bulldog TV Local News. And remember, if you've got some information that you want to share with me, tips. I protect your anonymity. I won't use your source. I'll go to jail before I reveal a source. For example, yesterday, somebody sent me a tip relative to a police lawsuit, which I'm going to take a look at. So always remember, when the local media won't do your story, send it to me. All right, here we go. Our lead story is the bridge, but I've already covered it in the Bulldog Show. So just check out the Bulldog Show and you'll see my lead story. The main thing I want to point out is Joe Biden, Mitch McConnell, sickening. In law and crime, Burlington man Travis Steinhauser has been arrested after holding a woman against her will last week. Steinhauser also assaulted a woman and threatened to kill her so she couldn't expose him in what he'd done. The woman escaped to a neighbor's house after hours of abuse from the man. Former Hamilton County Deputy Mark Schoonover has filed a lawsuit against current Sheriff Charmaine McGuffey. Schoonover was employed at the Sheriff's Office for 39 years and ran against McGuffey for the Sheriff's position. McGuffey won the election and fired Schoonover the same day she took over office. Thomas More University, my alma mater, has acquired the 5-season sports club facility which sits adjacent to the campus. The most significant philanthropic gift in university history. The donor who provided the funding for the facility has decided to remain anonymous. The Cincinnati Hamilton County Public Library released some information of the 2022 year. The source points out people checked out over 11.7 million books and book-related items for the year. In Kentucky State news, Andy Beshear gave his annual State of the Commonwealth address on Wednesday evening, and he said despite all the tough times, Kentucky's remained strong. Do you know what his 2 hot-button issues that he addressed? Legalizing cannabis and sports betting. There's only one candidate for Republican governor that is more supportive of those issues than him, and that's me. By the way, without losing all those conservative principles and views that Andy Beshear does not have. Kentucky lawmakers has followed suit with other states by filing a bill that would ban TikTok from state devices. The proposed legislation also prevents people from using the service in any state government network. In Ohio State news, initial numbers are in, and Ohio sports betting is a huge success. I wonder how much money of that came from our Kentucky gamblers. They placed more bets online in the last 2 days than any other state across the United States. Cincinnati leads the state with 1.9 million transactions during that 2-day period. Ohio Representative Richard Brown has announced plans to introduce House Bill 462. The bill will set a requirement that all private and public schools would have a defibrillator on site. And in sports, the NFL announced the Bengals will take on the Ravens this Sunday at 1 p.m. at Paycor Stadium. The suspended Bengals-Bill game still has not been addressed by the NFL. By the way, one thing that I never did say about that game the other night, and it's all a big love fest between Zach Taylor and McDermott, the coach of the Bills. Do you know what McDermott should have done, and he didn't do? And he would have won gigantic kudos from the entire country. What McDermott should have said on the spot, he says, we forfeit. You're winning anyway. I know it's just the beginning of the game, but we're out of here. We forfeit the game. If you noticed, this McDermott, and by the way, totally sympathetic with how all the players were feeling about Hamlin. But what did they do? What did they do? Oh, and by the way, you ready for this drum roll? ESPN claims they were talking directly with the NFL to Joe Buck. And Joe Buck and ESPN stands by that the NFL wanted them to do a 5-minute warm-up and keep on playing. What did Zach Taylor say yesterday? He said between him and McDermott, that was never an issue at all. Really? Really? And you know what? If it wasn't an issue at all, that wasn't an issue, how rude was it to all the people watching the game and all the 85, I talked to lots of people that were there, 85,000 people that were at the game, or how many there were, that they didn't tell those people right away this game wasn't playing. I'll tell you why, because that decision hadn't been made. Hadn't been made. It's all just yuck, sickening to me. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.
Good day, Bulldog Nation. This is Bulldog TV World News. Today's headlines. European Union officials are strongly recommending that all member states insist on negative COVID tests from Chinese arrivals before they travel. China is currently seeing a surge in COVID cases. A night of New Year rioting and attacks on emergency services in Berlin and other cities have shocked Germans and prompted calls for a ban on fireworks and firecrackers. California's governor has declared a state of emergency as residents brace for a major storm. The storm is expected to develop into a bomb cyclone and spark rain and snowstorms that could cause heavy flooding and landslides. And Amazon plans to cut more than 18,000 jobs worldwide, the largest number in the firm's history, as it battles to save costs. Until tomorrow, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care.